Hi, yeah, I'm back again, dropping knowledge on you guys. This time about muscle growth, or muscle hypertrophy.
Hypertrophy.
Anything you want to call it? So yeah, last time we talked about fat loss and how you have to be in a caloric deficit to lose weight and all that stuff. But this time we'll be talking about how to gain muscle, how to make your muscles grow. Everyone wants bigger muscles. Everyone wants to look good and all that stuff. But we'll be looking at three main factors which drive muscle growth. There are a lot of factors like genetics and all that stuff, but that's not relevant. We'll be talking about three main factors that drive muscle growth, as I said. According to me and according to science, there are three main factors that drive muscle recovery: your training, your diet, and the rest and recovery. So let's talk about training first. Training. So training in the sense any physical activity you do, like going to the gym, lifting weights, and even walking, jogging, any physical activity, playing football, anything you do that comes under training. So it's the stimulus. Training is the stimulus for your muscles to grow. So I consider it more important than diet and rest and recovery. So yeah, if you don't have the stimulus, then having a good diet and resting and recovering well, it's not going to do anything. So how should you train for muscle hypertrophy to take place in your body? I'd say there are two main ways or two things to keep in mind when you're going to the gym or when you're training. The two main things, there are proper technique and progressive overload. Proper technique, self-explanatory. You should have like proper technique. Like, you should lift the weights with proper technique, and you shouldn't, use momentum or you shouldn't lift something that's too heavy for you, and which while doing so you lose your technique, and you'll compensate the technique to lift heavier weight, and in the end it's not good for your body, and you don't train your like the intended muscle group also won't get proper stimulus from that. Sorry. And progressive overload. Progressive overload means your um, you have to basically overload your muscles every time you go to the gym. I mean, like, every time you go to the gym, you should be training harder than the previous session. So that can be by lifting more weight than you lifted in the previous session, or having better form than the uh, form you had in the previous session. Stuff like that. I'll be explaining progressive overload in another video. For now, just understand that progressive overload is just lifting heavier and having better form every time you step into the gym. Now about the second factor, the diet. So first, you've trained hard, and you've been training hard, and there's sufficient stimulus for your muscles to grow now. Now let's come on to the diet. So how do your muscles grow after you train? You have to put your body in a positive nitrogen balance, in a state of positive nitrogen balance, to allow your muscles to grow. And how do you do that? By having enough protein in your diet. And protein rich foods, come on, man, like eggs, meat, beef, or something like that, and soy chunks, and beans, lentils, all that good stuff. They have plenty of protein, and you should be having good protein rich food almost in every meal. And you also have to keep in mind of micronutrients like your vitamins and your antioxidants and stuff. So the third factor is rest and recovery. So you've been training hard, you have a good diet, but there's still one more thing, bro. There is still one more key factor, that is your sleep. So, yeah, it's basically that your muscles, they don't grow when you eat good food. They don't grow when when you're in the gym, repping out your bicep curls or training calves or doing squats or something. They don't grow while you're awake. They grow when you sleep. That's why go to sleep. Sleep more. Sleep good. So the way that works is when you're asleep, your body releases growth hormones, which help in the muscle protein synthesis. So there's a huge there's a big process behind all this, which I won't be going into right now. So just know that you need to have good quality sleep, anywhere between 6 to 8 hours will do. So that was pretty much it, and I'll be making a detailed video on each of these key factors. And if you guys have any questions or queries, you can comment down below. I'll be sure to answer them and include them in the next video if possible. And yeah, peace.